Hi Leo, it's Mary with Seer. I hope your week is going well. This is your weekly tarot. Now this is going to be from the 24th of October to the 31st. So I've been doing some hard work since probably last fall. I mean, really introspection and stuff, and I'm still struggling. I'm struggling with a lot of stuff, and I wanted to maybe just talk to you during your reading about this. I don't know if it's going to help, but I'm being prompted to give you this information. Okay, everyone actually. Because I've gone through this journey that everybody else seems to be going through with betrayal and the people, and you can feel them but nobody's there, and all of that, and feeling tied and bound and all of that. Okay, and so when I'm struggling and I ask for help, this is what I get. Mary, what do you know? Who are you? What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Okay, so, for example, is it like accepting where you are in time? What do you know? My name is so-and-so. Here's another thing. What do I know? I know that the information that I get is correct, even if I don't understand it. Okay? So, and what it does, it cuts through the programming. It cuts through the worry. What do I know? I know that I have a tie to somebody, and it was very painful. What else do I know? I know that they do really care about me, no matter what happened. I know that. You see, stuff like that. If you can go, it brings you back to a place of groundedness, and where the other stuff doesn't matter, because it's just all details and worry and things we're used to thinking, like that circular thinking. Okay? Not going to go too long. I know you want your reading. I hear you. But that's just an exercise that seems to work for me, because it brings me back to who I am, that I'm worthy, that, I'm a good person, that, all the things, that whatever, and if there's something, okay. Justice, here's a flyer. Now that's a good one to have as a flyer, right? Justice. Alright, so, I'm asking for help from your angels and ancestors and my guides also. Our higher power, the white light of the divine, and it's the best guidance for you for this week. We have Four of Pentacles. This is about building your foundation and protecting your assets, and it's things that are tangible. Place of stability, like caring for yourself. It's so many things in one card. So many things. Sometimes that's why a lot of readers read them different. It kind of depends on the vibe around it. I see that there's a burden here, a cycle that's being completed, and it is full of burdens. Okay. And I also see here that there's a Page of Wands. So pages are about information, offers, Page of Wands is like inspiration for me, or excitement, or when it's reversed, then yeah, maybe the burden has been great. You're like, why should I even worry about, releasing this? How is that going to make my life different? It's kind of a feeling of being, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to go for, I don't know how to fix this, that kind of thing. But it's more like not having the ambition, more than the worry card. Then we have the Magician. I mean, the worry card may be in there too, I don't know yet. And then we have the Magician reverse, and this is about trickery, it's about smoke screens, it's about maybe somebody not having somebody's best interest considered, maybe just their own interest, okay? Like, hey, look over there while they're doing something over here. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. That always reminds me of when it's reversed. But here, in the last, this Nine of Wands is like the card that says, you know, I'm going to defend it. I'm going to stand up for whatever I'm going towards. Yeah, it's been rough. It's been hard. But he's bound, you know, he may be on his knees, but he's got all these, he's got these other 8 wands behind him of things that he's accomplished or been able to get through, okay? And it's not going to be, it's like you're not giving up. And Leo, this could be you or the other party, you know? So, so sorry. Okay. So let's talk about justice. And there's something else going on too with this. The readings are, they have been confusing. It's not clear cut. And I think the reason why is because everybody is mirroring each other. Okay? So I think that we're getting more and more connected all along. And when one party does better, the other one does. But if they're back and forth, they can push each other back and forth. So if there's things that you want from an ex-partner or a partner, it's to set the example. It's going to be huge. Because nothing else really, well, not nothing else, but that seems to be a really good way at this time to create the change. Okay? It's not what you say, it's how you behave and how you love. 4 of Swords. So this Justice card, this is going to go under the Justice card. So there's something else too. How to show up with your energy. Really important. Because other people can feel it big time. Big time. So if you're anxious and you're going somewhere, best to calm down before you go, because everybody will react to you. Me, I already know that, but it's even more, see, people don't have all these barriers now. They're more connected. Okay? 4 of Swords talks about healing, actually. Being separated. It could be rehab, it could be hospitalization. It could be being, you know, just needing some rest. He has a 3 of Swords above him, and sometimes this is about heartache, but not always. So the Emperor reversed. Now, when the Emperor is reversed, he's not somebody that creates things. He's more like the destroyer. That's what my interpretation. Kind of like a very, very high ego, doesn't listen to anybody. Okay. And then we have the King of Cups, and this would be reversed. Now this would be somebody that's emotionally unbalanced. So it could be due to addiction or anger. Somebody also that can be abusive. Those are big energies for being reversed. So let's do another one, please. Temperance. So something about we'll find a balance after this, you know. So with all this in mind, so it's almost like somebody here is maybe in their healing, they're thinking about either how they were in the past or how somebody showed up with them, or maybe how they both were back and forth. So, I mean, these are masculine energies. I mean, they're, masculine energies, but they could be either party, or it could be, you know, a same-sex relationship, masculine. So you can let me know if that resonates with you. But Temperance is saying that after processing that information, it's more healing, actually, more healing. So the retreat to heal, and then a lot of processing, and then more healing. But at this point, it's about getting one's balance back. Or this is a warning, hey, we got to get your balance back. We got to get you healed. We need to get you to a place. Because what happens to me is when I get blocked and I get too much anxiety, that I can't connect as well. And then once I go, they when I ask for help, then they go, what do you know? So it would be good if you can to create some kind of dialogue with your higher self or God or your guides. Okay, and it's different for everybody, you know. But that's where the meditation is really important, because I don't like to meditate because I could think it through, but you know, I really needed to. And it happened really fast. It was really good. So now we have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles talks about wanting to, you know, it's about foundation, stability. Fours are about stability, you know, protecting what you have, protecting. This always reminds me of protecting our bodies, what we built. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, because somebody here wants to move forward in their abundance. They want the promise of abundance. You know? They heard the call. They want the abundance. And you know, it's like I'll say this is you, Leo, I'm talking about. You want it in a good way. It feels like a healthy way. Well, we had this Page of Cups reversed. So this is usually, you know, oh my goodness. I think they're flagging these cards for me. So the Emperor was one that went down, and then the Page of Cups went down reversed, okay? This is usually about an apology that's not coming, a commitment that wasn't kept, okay? Message that has not been received, okay? Okay, so, these are a bit contradictory, huh? But that's, a lot of the energy is coming up like that. It's like, there's new way the information is coming out. Okay, so Two of Wands reversed is about maybe not making the right choice. So somebody wanting to build a solid foundation, wanting to protect what they have. You know, it's like wanting the promise of abundance. And somebody's not willing, it's like not willing to apologize, not willing, or, and it's not, it's not in a I'm mad way. It's kind of, how do I tell somebody I made such a terrible choice way, okay? I'm going to do one more card on that one. I got two. Nine of Cups. This is where the Knight comes in and offers love. Okay. It's like Prince Charming upright. Reverse, it's somebody offered love and made a commitment that they couldn't keep. They didn't mean it. They got distracted. And, well, Eight of Swords next to it. Seemed a bit. Well, they're having a lot of anxiety, but they're trying to get past it, but it still feels really negative, and they're struggling. Okay. So the Justice card back here was almost like I got what I deserved for what I did. That's the way that kind of feels or looks, okay? So the Ten of Wands talks about that burden. You're almost at the end of the cycle, and am I ever going to be done with this? Am I ever going to be done with this pain, with this burden, with this, you know? The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands could be, well, sometimes she comes up as like the mistress, but this, because it's fire, it could also be you, Leo. So it is a feminine energy. But it could be your counterpart. The burden of still wanting this person, finding this person so desirable. We're going to keep going. The burden of wanting a new start with this person is big. A brand new start. New enterprise, new start, new. Let's keep going. Wanting to come forward. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Really slow night, you know that, I'm sure. Again, Knight of Pentacles drop. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. What was the other one? It was the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Wanting to, it's like they're making progress, but it's really slow. A lot of people are hearing this one. Let me see. And here's the broken heart. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles. So there is a broken heart between these people. Okay, I'm going to do one more there. Probably saying, you're telling me, lady. Okay, so, and then I have the Moon reversed is about, well, it could be uncovering the trauma of your past that might have been ruling you, or somebody has. Because things that we don't want to see, or just don't know how to deal with, or don't even know what's there, will run us, and will run to different things, different addictions, different behaviors. Does that make sense? So, this, the cycle of being shut out, the cycle of shutting other people out was due to this automatic behavior from some kind of trauma. Okay, so let's talk about the Page of Wands reversed. So the Page of Wands reversed, well, this is not having ambition, no offer, no ambition, no offer. It's kind of like a hopelessness, That's the way I look at that. And this is the Lover's reverse. So how do I move forward in a place where, well, it's like the mistakes that were made were so big. In the world, and I don't want it to be over. So Leo, and this is really funny because when did we, as a society or as a people, think that we were perfect? When was the time that we stopped thinking we needed to apologize to people? When did we stop being accountable to people? Or were we ever accountable? I mean, the fact that some people have so much a hard time, a lot of people, I mean, probably everybody has a hard time saying when they're wrong. Where did that come from? Just a thought. That was for someone or two. So now we have the Ten of, so this is the world. So if we do not fix this cycle, it will repeat. And I think you know that, Leo. You know that now. You had enough of these situations, right? So Ten of Swords reverse says, I'm ending this betrayal, or I want to end this betrayal, the cycle of betrayal. It is the end of the cycle. Can I end this? Will I end this? So there's a lot of pages. And the pages are the new energy. It's a new energy coming in. And there's 2 tens. And I have 5 of Swords. So this is ending the cycle of like ego, fighting over ego, fighting to be right. And see, isn't that interesting how this works with the cards? So I was just talking about when did we stop apologizing or think we didn't need to? When did that happen? Because that's just ridiculous. If somebody accidentally hurts you, it's easy for them to say they're sorry, but when somebody actions hurt you and they realize they weren't thinking right or they weren't something and they can't apologize, it's really hard. So now we have the Knight of Wands. So somehow looking at this information inspires somebody to go from that page to the Knight. Look at that. That's progression. It is. So now thinking, hey, I am inspired to go to move forward. And I am finding, like you are finding your passion again. Something about the separation and the thinking about all these things, looking at each piece. And a big part of it is understanding, being accountable for where you are, being accepting of this current situation. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we break up with someone and we don't want to, but we still love them. And it doesn't matter. And to say we don't love them hurts more than to admit that we do. There's how accepting makes the difference. Does that make sense? Like my accepting of how much I love coffee. Okay, so the Magician accepting that maybe somebody wasn't showing up correctly. Somebody was doing things to serve themselves only. And well, with that and all of this processing, that's the correct judgment. And the angels sang, ah. They sang because a lesson was learned. And it does not need to be repeated then. Okay, so let's talk about the twin flame, the person that you can't get out of your mind, the one you didn't make the best decision on, and again, it could be flipped. Well, let's talk about them now, okay? Let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this could be an earth sign. The Queen of Pentacles is a perfect wife. She's the perfect wife material, and she doesn't have to be an earth sign. That would be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But she embodies beauty, calmness, a nurturer, a mother, good wife, loyal. You know, she can grow a garden. She's financially responsible. She can do anything. And she has this grounded energy that's really beautiful, and it makes you feel safe, right? Okay, so now we have the Page of Swords, and well, the Page of Swords is reversed, and now for me as a reader, when this Page of Swords is reversed, it's about maybe misinformation. Maybe somebody looked at some information and they took it the wrong way, or they used it against someone. But it's not a nice energy. No, not when it's reversed. One more there, please. Well, somehow this information, well, it skewed things in a negative way. It skewed things and changed things in a negative way. And, well, kind of everybody's fate was changed. So, now we're going to talk about the Nine of Wands. I think somebody's seeing what they did. Okay? How not being honest changed everything. That was part of not making... I was part of... Well, somebody was still in that self-serving energy, right? So the Nine of Wands says, Well, I'm healing from this tragedy. I'm healing from the blow up of the relationship. Or I'm not. I'm trying to help it not come down completely. Let's get more on that one, please. I have the sun here. Well, because I wasn't walking in my truth. Somebody wasn't walking in their truth. Somebody didn't get a victory here. And that somebody didn't get a victory, somebody didn't get the happiness or abundance. But they know it's there. They understand about that it's there. And then there's this card of strength, like not having the courage. What do we need the courage for? Well, when this is reversed to talk about the dishonesty, the theft, the card of theft. Do one more. Then we have the counterpart, the King of Pentacles. See, we had the Queen back here. We had the Queen, where's she? Right here. So, and I know that, Leo, this is you, that this is your reading, but you know how the counterpart things work. You want to be this grounded person. You want to be the patriarch. You want to be the perfect husband. You want to be a good father, a good man. And that would be grounding is really important for that. Grounding and, you know, being responsible for your own abundance. Being responsible for your own happiness. Being loyal and honest and good with money. Building your own business. Accountability. See, then you create your own happiness within you, and you don't give your power away where you look for people to fill that empty, well, that soul in your heart, that empty, the hole in your soul is what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure what I said. Okay. That's big time healing, movement, insight. Accepting. That's beautiful. We're going to do, because we did so many cards. Where is this? Oh, it's right here. Okay, we'll do one card out of the Enchanted Map. You know, it feels really spooky out here. I've said that in a few readings, but I can feel that how thin the veil is. It doesn't scare me. It just feels different. Alright, let's get a card on for Leo. The Enchanted Map. What should he know about his map right now? There it is. Heal the ouch. This is beautiful. Heal the ouch, Leo. Okay, so in this picture, there is a raccoon nurse. And then there's a fox. The fox is the patient. And the nurse, the raccoon nurse is saying, okay, show me your ow, owie. So raccoons, this is great. This is 38, by the way, which is an 11. Interesting. So the raccoons are really good for digging stuff out, finding things, treasures. Finding treasures, digging in trash, getting the garbage, right? The fox, all the foxes, they had to be sly to survive. They had to think of new ways of doing things so they could just survive and not be, because the foxes are hunted by a lot of predators, right? So Leo, there's pain in there. There's pain in there that pushed all this behavior that you're really thinking about. And healing the ouch changes everything. Healing the trauma that the cycle kept going round and round with, the trauma that the addiction helped avoid. Okay? You have the pain and then you have the way of dealing with it. And it kind of keeps that cycle going because it's never really stopped. It's the avoidance that creates the continuation in our generations. So, and it could have been your family lineage also. So healing the ouch heals all. It heals everyone. And you may find that there's more than one ouch, but we got time, right? Love you guys. I'm so proud of the work you've done. Take care. See you soon. Happy Halloween, too. Love Halloween. Don't get spooky out there.